I think something that I've always really struggled with is the confidence. And I feel like I'm so used to sitting behind a computer and not really dealing with clients. And now that I have my own business, I have to do both. And for me, it's hard to break out of that shell, I guess. 9 times out of 10, you will see me behind a computer, and she has to drag me to go see clients. It's not something I'm like fully comfortable with yet. But working with you, like it's something that I need to build on, and I'm willing to build on, and I'm actually excited to be able to build on, right?
So how is it then, like if we just take this process of filming these episodes or table talks as we call them, right? And kind of just putting out to the world what it's like. How is that for you then? Because it's stressful because you're
46.
You know what? You're vulnerable, right? This is a really vulnerable thing to do, to really to not focus on the drawings or on the tiles or on, you know, but actually focus on.
I have to be out in front for a while.
Yes, and these are safe, right? These are tangible.
Absolutely.
These, the great thing I love about construction is that it never lies, right? It is what it is. It's genuine, it's raw, it's ugly, you make it beautiful, right? For Melissa specifically, is that this is letting the world know that talent, right? Everybody sees the drawings. They just see them in my hands, right? And everybody sees the end project, and yes, it was a 50-50 split down the middle of a partnership, but at the end of the day, the renderings that you see, right? The floor plans that you see, they're not me, right? They're her. You'd be getting a sketch pad with some doodles on it and probably on a napkin, and that's great to get the job because I can show a client immediately. But there's a process, just like you said, and she is the process.
I think like the best part is I'm so comfortable doing the drawings, and she's so good at selling things that it works. And to be able to sit down at a table with all these heavy hitters that are literally throwing money at you to fix a building, it's intimidating. It's scary. I'm not gonna lie. I've had some mental breakdowns.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the first time we met. So I met Melissa when I was hiring someone to do drawings for a project for another client, and she walks in, and she came very highly recommended, and I hadn't met her before. Neither had my client. My client's like, you need to vet her and make sure that I can run with her, because if I can't run with her, I'm holding you accountable. So even just from that experience, how were you? Because that's client facing, right? Direct. You're.
You don't get any more direct.
No, you don't.
Yeah, the scariest part of that meeting was a few weeks prior. I was like, am I really gonna do this? Like, am I gonna make the money that I need to make a living and everything? And I was really debating on just going back to work for somebody. And
right, because you'd quit your job at that point,
I
right?
did, yeah. And after sitting down in that meeting, that's when I realized that, oh, holy poop, this is real. And last November till now, it's been like a 360.
Oh my goodness, has it really been?
It's been
almost
a year.
It's almost a year.
Oh my goodness.
So it's terrifying because
it's been a huge year for her.
Yeah,
it's been a huge year.
It's overwhelming at times. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I've cried more in the last year than I have my entire life.
I'd like to thank you for the waterproof mascara.
Yes. But it's exciting and it's life-changing, and I can't wait to see what comes.
And I think, so many people today need an inspiration, especially the young women of today, and to be able to look at an industry that is female, male, right? We have a nice mix in design, construction. Construction is very heavily, on the male side. But design has a nice mix. And I think up and coming individuals, whether you want to be a designer, whether you want to be a construction crew manager, whether you want to wear the pink hard hat, or whether or not you want to be behind the computer, I think it's important as women. And we should embrace that, right? I'm not just in business. She's not just in business. We are women in business in Durham region. And we want to be able to be, role models. Role models for people to be fearless, to be kind, to be loving, to all of those things. And yeah, you're going to get hurt. and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna do all of those things. You're gonna have a mental breakdown, right?
Or
You're gonna call. You're gonna cry. You know, I'm gonna scream because she cries. I yell. It's a lovely mix. It's like Days of Our Lives when we're both having a moment. You know, but the truth is that it's hard. It's hard to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I think that
I don't think it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It's hard.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like being your own boss is the most.
It's the most rewarding and it's the hardest thing you'll ever do.
Yeah. It's because sometimes it's hard because a lot of people don't have great mentors or people that they can look up to, and like within our partnership, what I don't know she knows and what she doesn't know I know, right? So to be able to have a partnership that's like that in a field that's so dominated by men and all of that stuff, it's refreshing to be able to rely on somebody and know that they're
dominated by cookie cutter design.
Yeah.
Right? It's very different and bold. And big, for lack of a better term.
You gotta love that one, right?
You gotta love it. It's to be unique, right? It's easy to do what you see on Pinterest. It's easy to copy someone else's design. It's easy to copy a magazine. What isn't easy is to really know your clients and translate that into, yes, maybe they want a white kitchen, but what is unique about those clients that gives them not only a white kitchen, but the craziest tile they've ever seen because they're quirky and they're unique. And, you know, being an entrepreneur, you know, we say women in business, okay, we say business, but the truth is that we're entrepreneurs. And it's very different than just business.
Absolutely.
You know, business 9 to 5, business get a paycheck, business get on the jet, go to Ottawa, go to Montreal, go to High Point, go to all these places, and somebody else at the end of the day signs a check, right? When you're an entrepreneur, right, it's you and it's your partner and it's, you know, 17 hours a day and 20 hours a day and
late
crying
nights,
in
no
your
sleep.
car because you're exhausted.
Wardrobe in your car.
Yeah, like, you know, people comment, they're like, brand new car, Alex, and it looks like a pig pen. And I'm like, yeah, because I live in it.
I think the best is when you open your trunk and all your shoes are in there.
I
And
know.
you're like, I just went shoe shopping again, and I've had these for a couple months, and I forgot you were in there.
There's consistently at least 3 pairs of shoes in my car.
Oh, I have like 10.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely. And, you know, your life is kind of always with you. You know, we're the perfect partners, like wives, you know, that sort of thing, because, you know, we can be out of your life in 42 seconds. It's like, when I leave the house in the morning, I may be your wife, but it's iffy if when I pull back in the driveway. You know, it's just what we do.
Kind of building on that too, like I have a lot of friends that are like, oh my god, like you've made it, like all this stuff, and I'm like, you don't even know half of it. Like, you don't know.
There is no made it.
There is no
there?
No, like people don't see those late nights, see those no sleep, the 10 cups of coffee in the morning, and it's just all they see is the end product.
And people don't see
and process is really the product, right?
Yeah.
Like and they don't see the failure.
Yeah.
Right. So
which is why I love this format that you guys chose to do, because I think the vulnerability is what makes it real, makes it authentic, makes it genuine.
I'm a very strong believer in if you don't fail, you don't learn. And I look at failure, and I said that totally wrong. See, I can't even say that word either.
No,
that's fine.
Anyways, I feel like if you don't fail, what are you really learning at the end of the day, right? Like nothing's perfect.
Do something better if you don't know how you did it wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, lovely ladies, we've once again come to that time of the show. I love the face. We're doing the dirty down low and love notes. However, it's a little bit different this time. I'm doing the love note.
Oh,
okay.
And you're doing the dirty down low.
And I'm doing a sock puppet show brought to you by.
So I'm going to tell you the love note. So Melissa and I were in the Caribbean. We were in St. Lucia recently on a project, and I
was not there.
She was not there. She was not there. And I don't think you had the rum punch in your hand at this point. At least I'm sure I probably did.
Details.
But she did not. And this is the love note. Melissa said to me, Deb, I think I need you in my life. And so I want you to come and I want you to meet my partner, Alex. I think there's some stuff that you could help us on, and I'd love for you to just come out. And thank you for extending that invitation to me because
Yes,
More than
thank
welcome.
you. That was a good one.
It's just you come across people in your life where you're like, oh my gosh, you
The
can
talent.
make my
Yeah,
life
the
so
talent.
much better. And
Yeah.
you're definitely one of those
Definitely.
people.
Definitely one of the best in this
Yeah,
industry. She
for
is.
sure.
Yeah.
I just I see you work and I'm like, I want to be you when I grow up.
I thought you wanted to be me when you grew up.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be a little bit of both of us, Deb. A little bit,
Tiny
a little
bit
bit.
both.
So
Plus a
thank
little bit of
you.
me.
And thank you.
No,
That's awesome.
thank you.
Thank
Morgan.
you.
Yeah. Alrighty.
You get the dirty.
Yeah.
I have nothing. I get the sock puppets.
I think you can attest to this.
I don't know what it is, but I'll agree.
There's a lot of times when people will come into my store or we'll talk to people at trade shows and stuff, and for both of us, our first consultation is always free. And a lot of people have that judgment of, if it's free, then you must not be that good. And
Or
I think
busy.
or busy, yeah. And I think that that's something that needs to be addressed, because we can't give you a price on things, especially the work that we do. It's custom. Every project's different. So somebody asks me for a kitchen, I can't give you a price type thing, right? So for us to come into your home and sit down with you, we not only get a sense of your style and your background, but we can also see the space. And to be able to see the space before we quote is definitely way more.
It's vital.
Yeah, it's definitely vital, and it's something that people need to, I wouldn't say ignore, but kind of just, we need to educate
So
people
will
more, I
you
guess.
charge for your consultation?
No,
I don't believe in charging for the first
Yeah, I don't
consultation.
believe in it. Like,
It's more of a get to know you than anything.
You should always interview your designer. And you should interview your millwork company, and you should interview your construction company, and you should stop going on social media to say, hey, what do you think of Bob? Okay?
Yeah.
Because unless you've met Bob and you've gone through Bob's references and you've engaged with Bob's clients for yourself,
Yeah.
and you've seen Bob's work, I don't really know you, Bob, but I mean know Bob out there. Bob is a rhetorical figure and not really depicted today. So I just think that you have to have the tangibles. You have to stop looking for everybody else's validation and say, I love M Squared's perspectives. I love Melissa's design. I love Alexis. I love whoever, right? Whoever that designer is. But you're responsible for your choices, right?
I agree,
You
yeah.
are inviting these people into your home. You are waiting. You might have been saving for the $60,000 kitchen, the $50,000 built-ins. Like, these are investments. This is your money. This is your home. This is where your children have birthdays and you celebrate anniversaries. This is your legacy.
She realizes this is the 45-second portion of the show, right?
Sock puppet. So, did you see this child? I'll see y'all next week. I'll be
Thank
at the
you
coffee shop.
so much for staying with us for Styled Interiors. Again, please engage with the
Bring
show.
duct tape
Let us
next
know
time.
what you think. Let us know your comments. Hit us up on Facebook, social media. You'll see all of the handles at the bottom of the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.